Nothing like 2,000-year-old Roman ruins to make you start thinking about fiscal policy. I know, it's crazy. This is Pont-de-Gare in just a little bit, about 20 kilometers north of Nîmes, France. And it was used to bring water to the city of Nîmes. Government spending, sure. Good idea or bad? Well, let's you decide. John Maynard Keynes is a big believer that government spending in the short run matters. They can make a difference. So you should spend. If that includes deficit spending, you go right ahead and spend deficit spending. That's fine. And so all that mattered is that you were spending. C plus I plus G, he just says as long as G is greater, then the economy is going to be booming. Now that means that the Romans could have just hired a bunch of workers who could have just piled a bunch of rocks over somewhere near this river here, and that would have been good enough for John Maynard Keynes. So we're just commenting on the Incans. They had clearly not invented cement, which means there are certain limitations to their society. Now let's take the Austrian school with Friedrich von Hayek. His belief is that GDP growth only happens if the investment by the government is sound. So Friedrich von Hayek would not have supported a pile of rocks being pushed here by the Romans. He would have said that's not good enough unless it does something. So what did this do? It brought water 20 kilometers suddenly for free. Once the aqueduct was working, there was more water coming 24/7 than the city of Nîmes knew what to do with. Prior to that, water was at a premium, price high. There would have been a lot of bundlers, a lot of traders who were in the water business that were now suddenly unemployed, but the price of water would have dropped phenomenally. That allowed for industry to grow. That allowed for people to grow. More houses could be built there. The city started to boom. GDP grew because it wasn't just a pile of rocks. It was made into something useful.
The thing about Argentina is there appears to be no shortage of policemen, at least employed policemen. Doing actual work, that's another story.
Yeah.
Policemen just standing watching over the street.
And the police, not the police, the meter maids.
¿Por cuánto tiempo?
Ahora, 1 o 2.
2 horas más o menos.
Más o menos.
Una o 2 horas, nada más.
2 horas. 4 pesos. 4 pesos. Yo le hago la bola.
You have it?
Yeah. Okay, here in America, we don't pay people to be parking meters when we can just buy a parking meter to do this. Beauty of this one here, it's 15 minutes for every quarter, so I put in a quarter and get 15 minutes. It's already got 20 minutes here left over from the last customer who didn't finish that, so we're going to stay, an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. I'm just going to pump in a bunch of these here. And we don't need to employ people to collect this money. Of course, you have to have enough coins in your society in order to do this. So
We have the security guy here talking to the woman who, you buy your tickets from the woman, and then you walk 10 feet, and this other guy rips off a little bit of a ticket. So they have two people doing the job of one, which is different from this guy here, who's not doing anything. There they come down in Buenos Aires. Yeah. Lots of workers standing around doing nothing. How many workers they got working here?
This is the guy doing our windshield. And our windshield will look much better.
And so, instead of a traffic light, we have a traffic director. How you find her, of course. And, you know, that's one more useless job.
You want to go forward facing if you sit next to Alex?
Looking at how many guides are. Those two guides aren't doing anything. There's like 6 or 7 guys just to run this train. There's another guy standing there doing nothing.
And then went back, and this one
Another guy.
that way.
4 guys doing nothing. It's nighttime at the YPF here in Argentina. Guess how many people are working? 3 workers.
I'm in the middle of France talking to you about the responsibility spectrum is because of this right here, Canisac. If you were walking your dog and your dog needed to do a little poopy thing, then you would borrow this little, pull out a little bag here, and you could pick up your dog poop. So who provides this? The government provides little bags for dog poop. Now that requires a government employee to come around and make sure this sack is full, this canister is full of bags, and that so that increases government employment as an example.